Hello everyone. I've been working still further on my soul level 90 strength build. So I've got two videos for you. This first one is of a bunch of invaders I've had in Ashes of Ariandel and the Ring City as I was making the build, because I had stuck on the dried fingers and I was hoping to get some people to invade me. So the first person I get is Joan of Arc here, and it took her a while to find me, but I eventually found her down here, and she's kind enough to let me move on and light the bonfire, which is very kind of her. And I go and meet her up here, and she must be very cold, wearing nothing but a bra and a skirt. She chucks a hunter's charm to start off the fight, and my god, like I think I tried to message this person after this fight, saying, "Look, up your vigor! Like Jesus Christ, that was like insane." She must have only had like 25 vigor or something, but I think she blocked me, so she couldn't invade me again. So the next invasion is with our full Artorias cosplay, and surprisingly, not the last one you'll see in this video. So. Yeah, we got Mr. Artorias, and his first act in this invasion is to just run past me and to go squat by the enemies, by the wolves. And believe it or not, he's not the first Artorias. He will not be the last Artorias cosplayer who likes to do that in this video. But he gets wise quite quickly. He realises I'm not going to go over there and fight him with the wolves. Like, why? I'm not an idiot. And I make a few fuck-ups in this fight. My spacing isn't as good as it should be. I mean, I'm still getting used to using this greatsword in PvP one-on-one, and sort of what I've noticed, the hyper armor poise frames start up a little later than I would expect with these vertical swinging greatswords, which I'm having a bit of problems with. Like, you can see there, the two-handed regular greatsword was able to break me out of my attacking animation, even after I started swinging, which I found, yeah, and see there again, he's able to break me out of my attacking animation, so it must start a little later than I'm anticipating it to do. I mean, I'm already a little bit low on Estus, because I've been up the tower and I've dealt with all the Millwood Knights out here when he invaded, so I'm a little bit going for trading wars here when I really shouldn't. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out my spacing for this, and because there's a little bit of latency between me and this guy, it's really not helping me with sort of judging the spacing and sort of being able to hit confirm with him. He just runs away. He's trying to tempt me over to the wolves. It's like, no, I'm not stupid. Like, I'm not. I know exactly what you're trying to do to me. Believe me, I'm an invader as well. So I'll get me fire bombs equipped and I start peppering him with fire. I mean, since I'm a strength build now, the fire bombs actually do some decent damage instead of, you know, none at all. He gets me with a hunter charm. I show him that I'm out of Estus anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And so, either he's sort of worrying, maybe he has no heals left and no Estus, and so he just goes and squats up by the wolves, and he's like, well, there's only one way you can go, mate. You have to go by the wolves. You have to fight the wolves with me. And so I have a little sit down and I think about my options. It's like, well, I could just walk all the way back around by all the screaming trees, go the long way around to get back to the bonfire, or I'm like, well, fuck it. I don't have to fight these wolves and I don't have to fight him there, so I'm just gonna equip the Silver Cat and just leap down. Like, fuck you, I'm not going to sit there and fight you with that giant wolf. So, yep, crash down. I'm alright. Splat. Sorry, Artorias. R.I.P. I was pissing myself laughing when that happened. Because you get to reduce, it reduces, when you're a host and that snow break falls, you don't take full damage, but if you're following afterwards, if you're a phantom, then you do. Right, so this is when after I defeated Freed, I made it to the Ring City, And this was the first, like almost immediately I get an invasion, which is great. I fought this guy 3 times since I had the dried fingers on, and he was a really good sport. I really enjoyed fighting him. He was going for a sort of a weeby katana play using the only Kiryu Badachi, and I think he's got the washing pole there as well. I mean, he likes the weapon art. He likes Only Slayer, like everyone who uses that weapon. But I'm able to swat him out of the sky with my big old greatsword. Yeah, so I really like fighting this guy. He was no nonsense. There was no sort of like faffing around with gestures or L1ing. He knows his rolls. He's got a nice roll backstab on me, and he's doing decent damage with those fucking katanas. Like he's obviously got his build sorted out. See the summon sign there. I wasn't going to summon for this guy. I respected this guy too much to want to summon someone else. Unlike some of the other invaders you'll see later on in the video. So I mean, only Kiryu Ubadachi. It's a good weapon, sort of for a dueling situation, because you got that Only Slayer into L1 true combo, which I think he gets me with. Yeah, so he gets me with there. Damn near takes half my health off. So it's a good weapon for one-on-one. So you know, it was a fair old matchup with me here. But I don't know how he gets on with multi-phantom invasions, because sort of katanas are generally quite underwhelming in those situations, because they're sort of more of a laser beam accuracy weapon for one-on-one situations. He does like Only Slayer. Roll out Only Slayer again. He's going for that Only Slayer into L1 combo. I mean, it's a good combo, but he does rather spam it out a bit. So he goes to the washing pole for some R1 pokage. Delay the R1. Dead. GG, sir. So I had to look for a bow in my gesture menu because I enjoyed that fight. Yeah, the delay on the R1s you can put on the greatswords are quite a useful tech you can employ for someone who's sort of timing their rolls quite well. You can delay those R1s pretty handily. So he pretty much invades me immediately afterwards after I make the drop down into the second part of the of Dreg Heap. And I was really looking forward to fighting him again. Bloody great soul Dreg, man. That's some fucking damage. So he's here, and look, no nonsense. He's here to invade. I like that. You know, none of this faffing around, gesturing, and all that nonsense. L1 dancing. Well, I suppose you can't with those weapons, but yeah, and he's using the bundles. I respect him for using the bundles, because they do more damage than resins, and there's sort of no real counter to it, because you know, as soon as you fumble around for your dual charms, they're gone. So he takes a few knocks early on, and I'm thinking that I'll have this one in the bag as well. But he will eventually start playing smart, and he does in this fight get the better of me. Trying to delay my R1s there, but unfortunately he weren't going for the roll backstab. So I suppose that is the danger of trying to do those delayed R1s with the Ultra, is that they can just roll in and backstab you. Fortunately, because he's using katanas, and he's not doing all that much damage with backstabs. Another thing I liked about this guy is that although he was playing reactive when he had to, he was also putting on pressure and playing quite aggressively as well, which is quite refreshing to see. You see, I go one-handed to try and mix up timings, and he instinctively pulls out a parry shield because he knows he can parry the one-handed attacks. So like obviously he's switched on. He's taking notice of my actions and what I'm trying to do, and he's looking for counters for it, which, you know, I respect that. But I saw what he was doing as well. As soon as I saw him get the parachute, I was like, right, nope, two hands. And unfortunately, I should have healed here. Instead, I tried to do some damage to him to get him to roll away, and he gets me with the combo. Well done, sir. GG. So for the third and final encounter with this guy, it was just a little bit further on. I popped my ember and I got my dried fingers back on, and I'm there dealing with the bastard Lothric Knights. And he comes in again, and I was really looking forward to it again, going for round 3, you know, tiebreaker. And yep, comes in whilst I'm fumbling around with the knights. Good invader tech. Get a nice little ambush on in here out the doorway. It's the good thing about those horizontal swinging ultra greats is that you can do those sort of little doorway ambushes quite easy without your fucking sword dinging off the wall. Well, it's happened to me so many times when I'm using straight swords and things like that. And so, and another thing, like he's got the knights to his back, which is great, but he's not just sitting there and squatting by the knights and expecting me to go in there. So this guy was a good invader, and I can't heap enough praise on this guy. I don't know why I went back in there, maybe to prove that I wasn't scared. It was probably a stupid idea. But I'll take this opportunity to buff up. Nice, attempted backstab there. Yep, nice combo. Trying to do the unlocked R1s with this thing. Like I'm not. I need to find out. I've been looking at the poise breakpoints and the poise damage that this weapon does, and from what I understand, the amount of poise health that you have doesn't change between the one-handed and two-handed R1s, which I think is incredibly useful, given that the one-handed R1 for GG, sorry, I wasn't paying attention there, but I get with a nice running attack. Yeah, I need to find out if the one-handed 200 R1s get the same for poise health. So yeah, so after we have had our fun with this chap, we get another rebate. There's someone different this time, which I was a little bit disappointed with, but still, I go and deal with the angel larvae thing, just so I don't have that pestering me if they choose to retreat into the angel fire path. Fortunately, I see where he's coming from. Try and set up a little ambush here, but completely fluff it. And this poor guy, I absolutely take him to town with this greatsword, and he's barely able to touch me. He gives me a nice bow, so thank you very much. You know, I'm here to kill you, but alright. And he's using Bloodlust, which is very surprising. He's not using it as a tool to go fucking hyper mode on me. You saw my swap my items instinctively to my fire bombs. I was like, no, if you're just gonna try and go hyper mode, I'm just gonna fucking kill you. But he doesn't. He's using Bloodlust as a real weapon. I was like, oh, well, that makes a nice change. So I'm swapping between the one-handed and two-handed movesets, and trying to throw off his roll time. And it worked. Unfortunately for this guy, it works all too well. I don't know if he was panic rolling through my swings, or the swing timing was throwing him off, but it seemed to work really well for him. He couldn't sort of get used to swinging through the one-handed and two-handed movesets. And I'm getting back used to playing mostly locked off. I felt a little bit bad for this guy. He got absolutely fucking got his shit pushed in by me. Yeah, you see those horizontal swings, man. I think that's one of the things I'm liking about this weapon, as opposed to something like the Zweihander, which, you know, is a weapon I also like, is that you have the choice between the two different movesets. And if my theory is correct, that you do get the same amount of poise health from both movesets, then that is an extreme tick in sort of how good this weapon is. So he goes fucking quick step and he gets R2'd for it. So GG, sir. I hope you don't feel too bad about that one. Right, so after I dealt with the Demon Prince. Another fucking Artorias cosplayer down in the ET. So right, okay, cool. Well, he's Mailmaker, that's fine. And you know, he's in full Artorias cosplay, so I don't want to fight. I've seen too many fighter PL trolling montages with forced, so I'm a bit wary about fighting on these fucking narrow stairs. I don't want to get forced off. So I'm like, right, okay, let's go up here and we'll have a little fight in this nice little courtyard. Far away from the fucking ledge. Jesus Christ, you see his vigour as well is extremely low. So this guy, I don't know, we'll see, because we encounter him again in the next invasion. I think he's a part-time ganker, this guy. He doesn't really know invasions all that well. Dead. GG, mate. So yeah, I forgot to put the dried finger on that point. So I was like, oh shit. So we're going to have a little chat with Lap when we get our Seek Browse.
Bottoms up.
Have a little toast.
Now, one and oh.
And yeah, look who it is. It's old Artorias again. And this time, he's not fucking around. He's not even going to try and fight me, given how much I fucking beat his head in last time. So he just literally just runs down the stairs and he goes and squats by the enemies. Like, this guy was a pain in my asshole for this invasion. I know what he's trying to do, and I know it can be using the enemies to your advantage is an effective strategy, but just sort of going and squatting by the enemies, and as soon as the enemies aggro, going in R1 mashing, it's a one-way ticket to getting fucking seeded or blues summoned. Like, there's so many counters for that from a host who's switched on and knows what he's doing. Unfortunately, I don't have a seed. From the last few invasions, I keep forgetting to go back to Firelink trying to pick up my seeds for the giant tree. So unfortunately, I don't have that option available to me. You see, whilst he sees I'm engaged, he comes and fucking mashes R1 on me. You know, it must be an effective strategy. It obviously works. So that's what makes me think he's a part-time ganker, because he's only willing to fucking fight me if he's got PvE backup. I'm failing at killing these little fucking priest dudes. Gotta pick up my ship. So I follow him down, and fucking, of course, he's just sort of sitting there, poking his head over. Like, as soon as he sees the ring knight aggro, he's like, right, now's my chance to shine. Like, fucking Christ. Well, I'm really annoyed at myself for not picking up a seed, because I could have just seeded him, and that ring knight would have just pushed his shit in for him. But fortunately, because I've got this big old greatsword, I'm able to sort of stagger the ring knight quite well. You get the purple gets a lucky backstab, and I get put through the blender, unfortunately. So that's sort of the closest he gets to killing me. So I just need to deal with this ring knight, and I'm like, right, okay. Maybe, if he sees that he's able to do damage to me, he'll stick around. I guess one of the things you can do with these kind of people is just sort of leave the enemy alive and just try and kill him with the enemy there. But I didn't think of that. So I deal with the ring knight, and he's fucking off. No! Just to the next set of enemies with you. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ! I'm like, fuck this guy. I quit Way of Blue. I'm like, I'm not gonna sit there and just fucking dredge myself through the enemies whilst you're there R1 spamming on me. I'm gonna quit Way of Blue. Like, you know, it's if you're gonna play that way, I'm gonna summon people in to flush you out. And I don't really have any reservations about doing that. I think he gets what's coming to him when he plays like this. Well, it's comforting to know at least there are, there are shitty hosts, and there are also shitty invaders. So, the circle of life is complete, really. And a nice Blade of the Dark Moon has been summoned in, and he nobly sacrifices his life in order to fucking kill the pink. So thank you very much, Blue. I did not get to see your face, but your sacrifice will not be forgotten. So I make it down to the streets, and I get invaded by Uria's Pale Shade. So nice, lore-appropriate character. That was very much appreciated. This guy was another fucking pain in my anus. He was a very good player. He must have been a duelist. Like, he was, I don't know, he's a duelist full-time, and this is sort of what he does in his downtime. He's long rolling, and he must have the blood ring because I couldn't fucking roll catch this guy to save my life. And whenever I did do any damage to him, I did a fuck ton of damage to him. So he must have been wearing the blood ring, and obviously because he's got very low absorption from the light armor, he's very squishy. But he's very he's very passive. And he's very reactive to my swings, and this guy, it was incredible. He was very good. Believe me, don't misconstrue this as they say he was a bad player. But fucking hell, it's when you're running an ultra build, fighting these kind of guys are really, really frustrating. I have since put the Avalyn on my build to deal with these sort of people, to stop people, playing passively and reacting rolling to all my swings and stuff, but I didn't have it at this point. So it's just like firing all those fucking laser beams with the weeb sword. So we come to a stalemate. Like, there's little I can do against this guy, and he's yet another sort of PvE opportunist, and he's trying to tempt me over by the Herald Knights. Fucking Katana R1 pokes, man. Yes, L1 wiggling, very good. You can reaction roll a fucking ultra great sword. Well done. And so again, I equip Way of Blue. I mean, there's this sort of very small chance of me being able to take this guy out in this kind of situation. So I got no reservation, of course, for losing this guy. And I pop a seed just because he was hanging about the Herald Knights too long. Unfortunately, he sees what's happened and he retreats further in. So I think, alright, I'll go one-handed. See that fucking damage I do to him, it's insane. He must be wearing the blood ring. 400 damage on a running R1. So we got our first blue here, and fucking, he's running a standard fucking sellsword build with the old wolf curd sword at his back, trying to up that fucking DPS. And it's like this blue plays like a lot of blues plays like an absolute fucking idiot, and he just goes fucking balls deep. Straight through the Herald Knights into the invader. I mean, I know the Herald Knights can damage the invader by friendly fire, but like, what the fuck, man? Like, he just charges off. So I just start dealing with the PvE and let the blue have his fun. I'm not going to go charging into those Herald Knights as well. That's one way ticket to get fucked. And so the blue finally gets wise and he comes back there with me. And we get another blue here, and this is sort of maybe the world's only competent blue. He's called Embers, and he helps me out a great deal in this invasion. And I'd like to say a GG to Embers, because he sees this one through to the end, and he earns his fucking Concord. Oh yeah, spoiler alert. The invader doesn't make it. So I'm trying to call them over. I'm not. We shouldn't be engaging with this guy over by the Herald Knights. It's not good. Unfortunately, the other blue is he's too far in now. Embers, being a sensible person, comes and stands by me. I'm trying to call the other one over, but alas. I'm too late to swat the red away before the first blue dies. So rip, I guess. Thanks for giving the invader 2 free S's. So we carry on playing the level. Like, I'm not going to sit there and waste my time trying to go after the invader. I'm just going to go and play the level. So we go and deal with Dragon Slayer armor, and then the red comes and attacks us. You know, sensibly, using the enemies to his advantage. So Mr. Embers goes and distracts him, and he does a fuckload of damage to the invader. Like, really, he's got a really good build. Black Knight Ultra Greatsword, and fortunately, because the invader's so distracted, I'm able to take care of Dragon Slayer armor, and then we get another blue in the world. He almost gets embers, and we managed to chase him away. And because he's got the obscuring ring, we don't know where he's gone. And that's the last time we see him for sort of a good while. So we carry on playing the level. You know, ganking the ring knight. And you know, I was fully expecting him to pop up when we were dealing with the ring knights, but no. So get the shortcut unlocked. Almost get killed by the dragon. Fucking Medea, man. And then, alas, our second blue friend gets fucking burnt. So, rip blue, I guess. Jesus Christ, blues, man. So yeah, and then we work our way up through those catacombs, and we're all the way up to Medea now. And we're like, all right, well, we'll just fucking deal with Medea then, shall we? Like, we haven't seen this red for like a good sort of 10 minutes since the Dragon Slayer armor. And oh look, he's there as well. And like, or maybe he didn't know that Medea could hurt him at this point, so he gets fucking incinerated and crushed by Medea in their sort of friendly fire. And I think he's sort of clutching the straws at this point, so he makes a few mistakes and lets me run attack him. Oh my dear. He's fucking so much damage he does. And maybe he went to heal, tried to go and heal, but he had his dual charms equipped, so GG. Thanks, that was a fun invasion, you know. It's frustrating when you're one-on-one and you're trying to fight him, but sort of, you know, that was good fun playing the level with the blue, and you know, having the constant threat of the red looming over us. That was good fun. Invasion should be. So GG all round. Thank you, Embers. You really helped me out. My dear, I'll see you later. You fuck.